Hey y'all, Francis here with another episode of I bought too much stuff on Temu and now I need to figure out what to do with it. We are using a kit for this particular series. I give more information in part 1 and 2 of this series. However, in general, I got this kit in particular from both Amazon and Temu. Price points kind of vary site by site, but it's, anywhere from $3 to $10, $11, $12, depending upon which place you get it from. So do with that what you will. Today, we are going to be working on pockets. And these are very simple pockets. I don't think they need a whole lot of introduction, but in general, the materials that we are going to need for this, I'm going to use a file folder. Let me back it up here. There we go. I'm going to be using a file folder. Maybe I'll use this green one that has that brown on the inside. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I'll probably be using my glue stick as opposed to, art glitter glue or whatever. And then just a few random bits. This one is very simple. I might use maybe some book page or music page, but of course that's all up to the crafter. You decide what works best for you and what you've got in your stash. And let me go ahead and, I guess, get started. Okay, so for this first pocket here, these are the bits that came from our 200 piece packet that I showed you earlier. And then I'm going to change the background up a little bit. If you haven't watched my other videos, I did a lot of this original packet on my lunch break at work. So I've had very minimal supplies and very minimum amount of time. So I'm going to switch it up a little bit now that I'm not quite so time crunched. For the background piece, I'm going to use, I guess this is like a little place card. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. I was going to use file folder, but I didn't feel like cutting it. So the measurement for this card is 3 1/4 inches by 2 1/4 inches. But, use whatever you've got. For the backing to this card, I'm going just to use this piece of scrap. It's not even cardstock, really. It's maybe a little bit thicker than copy paper, but not much. So, I guess what I'm going to do first is glue this down to this paper. And I'm just going to use glue stick for this. I noticed while I was editing my last couple of videos, my volume is kind of weird. I go like quiet and then kind of loud. And I am moving, but not that much. I got a new phone case and I'm wondering if that's the difference. I don't know if you guys hear it or not. But like the holes, like where recordings go, are different than my old phone case, so hopefully this is better. I think I'm gonna go right here. Let's hope. Okay. I'm going to scooch that off to the side for a minute, weight that down. And then our back piece, I guess I still need that. I'm just going to use another card because I've got it here just for the sake of measuring. If you watched my last video, you know measuring is not my strong suit. So we're gonna go maybe like this. Should use the other side of the ruler. That's okay. And then we basically just want to leave enough to fold over to kind of make our little pocket. So for that, let's see, what do I want to do? I guess I can just fold. I was gonna mark, but I may be making too much work for myself. That's where the top needs to come to. And then flip it around so that our torn edge ends up being folded into the pocket. Okay. And then we will just take our scissors and kind of miter these corners a little bit so that they fold a little bit better, a little less bulky. Okay, let's see where this stands. Get this trimmed out. I cleaned my art glitter glue bottle before I started the video, and now my fingers are covered in glue. There we go. I think I'm just going to glue this on here. Yeah. I'm not going to use glue stick for that. I'm going to use my art glitter glue just to make sure we have full contact. Before I glue this down, let's make sure our pocket fits onto here. Pretty close for not really measuring. I'm also going to, I forgot to cut my little notch into this. I want to go through both. I'm going to do that after since I'm going through both. Okay. Let's get this glued down. I want to get to the edge, but not close to that inside edge so it doesn't completely close our pocket up. Pretty much like I just tried to do there. That's what we don't want to do. Get that weighted down. And while we are waiting for that, let's take our other tag here. This will need to be backed because this paper is very thin. So I'm just going to use the same color to back that, and I will be using glue stick for this. The glue that I use is Scotch Permanent Glue Stick. So far in this project, it has not led me astray. There's one little spot that had to be glued down on one other project just because there wasn't a lot of surface for the glue to catch onto. And my gluey fingers are messing up my paper. Okay. Let's get that trimmed. Okay, and on this pocket, I used that flower, and I think this is probably my favorite flower out of all of the little bits that came in the packet. Little cotton, whatever thingies. Pardon my reach. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Uh-oh, did I glue myself closed? No, we're good. Okay. Second of panic. There we go. So that will go in there like that, and then I need to cut my little notch. Actually, I need to glue this guy on here now so that the notch goes into that as well. So let me get this glued down onto here, and then I will be right back. And I think after I get this, before I glue it down, I'm going to also ink the edges. So let me do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so we've got that done. One thing you might want to keep in mind, I know I said wait till you have it all down so you can get it all cut. However, this 1-inch punch was not, it wouldn't get through both layers. And this is a relatively, I mean, it's not file folder like I used on this. I didn't use file folder. I used the same card. Look at that. Look at that. You can see the little indentions. But it's a pretty thick card compared to just normal paper. So if you're using a thicker card, maybe do your hole punches separate so that you don't run into the same problem I did. I had to go get my thick Fiskars 1-inch punch in order to get through both layers. And then we've got our simple tag in there. This tag came in the kit. The sticker came from the kit. Just backed it with some paper, and I think the only thing I'm going to do differently from my original is I want a little pull. So I'm going to pop this out, try and get middle-ish, get our hole. Let me see. I got these hole reinforcers while I was thrifting. So I'm going to grab one of these and then I'm going to ink it a little bit. so it's not quite so stark white. And then add that to our little hole punch there. Uh-oh, our hole punch isn't big enough. It's too low. Abort. Okay, so plan B is to use another one of these. What color do we want? Probably that one. So let's finagle this in there. I think I'm upside down. Okay, I think I'm good now. Okay, and then I have this little scrap of kind of like burlap string. And then I like an uneven, kind of staggered look. Slide that in our pocket. And she is done. So here's the before and after with the changes. One thing I noticed between the kits, my original kit that I crafted with is a little bit darker than that one, which I like the darker one. So I guess buyer beware, they may not come exactly the same as maybe what you're seeing here in terms of ink color. I don't know. It's fine. It's not a big deal. And also, I don't feel like I trimmed that. Maybe I did. But it's a lot closer to the edge, which I think I like the closer to the edge a little bit better. But I'm not touching it because it's glued down. So it is what it is. Next, let me get this cleared up and I'll be right back. All right, so our next tag, also very simple. This is the only piece that I'm using from the kit. The tag actually came from a collage / masterboard, whatever you want to call it, piece. So we won't be making a tag for this one today. It'll be coming in a future video. All we need to do basically is glue this down so that we've got an edge on each side. It's going to be flush with the top, and then we need to also trace this onto a background so that we can get the correct size. Okay, so I'm going to cut that out, glue this down, which I can just do real quick like. I'm torn between how much do I need to show and how much can I just tell you, and it's like you're literally filming a video, so maybe you should show more of it. I don't know. I'm trying to keep these videos short, and the shorter I try and keep them, the longer they end up being. So that's a current battle that I'm having within myself. Okay, and then I will go ahead and trim this out, flush with the top. We've got our edge around to make the pocket width, and then I'll cut this out, and I will be right back. Okay, we are glued down. One other thing that I wanted to do with this piece here, the backing piece, is put a little piece of music paper down behind it for a little bit of interest. only a little bit's going to show, so that's why I'm not using the whole thing, as you can kind of tell there. On this one, I also only went just a smidge down. Basically, just want enough to cover your backing. Trim this. Then we want to take our hole punch, cut out our little notch. Nope, not that piece. Ooh, got that in the nick of time. This piece. Okay, I got this on Amazon because I have a 1-inch punch, but that's what I take with me when I craft at work on my lunch break. So I don't always like to go to my bag to get it. So I bought this one just to have at my desk, and I don't like it. I think I would have spent the money on the Fiskars one, even though it's like 3 to 4 times the price. That one does not want to trim through. This thicker, it's not even thick. I mean, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and glue our edges down here. First, we're going to ink our little notch. I'll do the rest after, but the notch I won't be able to get to. Okay, I'm going to use art glitter glue here because I am behind on the 8-ball here. Okay, we need to notch our edges. I think I'm entering chaos crafter mode right now. Okay. I'm actually going to kind of run my finger along it just so that hopefully it doesn't go down into our pockets too much, I should have done this one first. Oh no, Francis. God. Everything's okay. It's all right. Everything is okay. Okay, let's try this again. Besides, since I pulled it up, I'm going to put down a little more glue. We are a little cattywampus. But our glitter glue doesn't allow for errors, which is why I don't usually use it a whole lot, but that's okay. So we need to shave off an edge here. Hopefully I'm not actually cutting too much into my pocket. If we do, though, I have a solution. Okay, and what the trimming doesn't fix when we ink, that will help camouflage any of our mistakes. And one thing I need to do is, this isn't going to be the tag for this one, but I need to make sure that I haven't glued down our pocket anywhere inside. Okay, we're good. And I didn't cut into the pocket when I was trimming, so that is excellent. And then for this one, this is done. Done. I'm going to clean this up and then we will move to the next one. Our next pocket is very simple. We've just got a tag, basically made from an entire sheet. We'll just need to trim some of the sides of the new piece. And then just a sheet of paper and a little bit of file folder for backing. So what I will go ahead and do is back our tag, if I can get this guy back out. There we go. Back our tag with a piece of file folder. And then this, basically, we needed a little bit shorter, this front piece a little bit shorter than our tag. So we're going to go ahead and tear it off. Probably, let's see. This one is about a little over 3.5 inches. So we'll go ahead and tear it right about here. I've been saving our little extra pieces over to a pile. And one thing I may have just made a mistake on is I didn't really leave a lot to catch on the bottom. Which is okay. And then we will, let's see. Yeah, we will just go ahead and fold these in just a little bit. Not super technical. We want to kind of notch our little edges here. We are not going to forget this time. And then we will take our file folder and glue that down. And then I will trim it. I will go ahead and glue this down as well and then trim it, and I will be right back. Okay, we are all trimmed up here. The next thing I want to do is to do our hole punch. You can do it ahead of time, but I kind of thought I would show you, what to do if you forget. And it's not going to fit in that way, so let's go this way. You can kind of see from behind. And then what I did on this one was I took the little notch that we cut off and glued it down so that it still looks like one continuous pocket. I'm going to use my glue stick for that. Okay. Then we need to also do a little bit of inking. Okay, and then we need to trim our tag down. I'm gonna grab my mini trimmer here. We're just gonna shave off a little from each edge. Still a little wet, so it's not wanting to go through all the way. Disaster. That's okay. We'll fix it. We can fix it. We'll just keep trimming until there's no ticket left. Okay, or no tag left. Okay. That was a little more successful, barely. However, make sure we fit okay. Lovely. And then we need to trim our tag shape. I'm just going to use my Amazon card here. Help me with our edges. Okay, flip it. Ink. Okay. We also need to glue our little tag down here. I'm also going to use glue stick for that. Okay. And then to switch it up a little from our original, I'm going to I'm going to do a little oh, that's way off. Okay, we're gonna pretend like we don't see that. We did not see that it is off. Get our eyelet in there. And then taking a play off of our hidden paper clip video. Hopefully this will all fit okay. If not, we've got a problem. I think we're gonna be all right. We are kind of all right. It's gonna be all right enough. There we go. Fit. No, we're gonna have to work on that. Actually, that could be okay. Okay, that'll work, maybe. Not really. I'll figure this out in a minute. I need to get a jump ring, I think. But that ain't happening in this video. So I'm gonna work on this. I'll show you at the end what I come up with. The next ticket is our last one. Let me get that stuff together and I'll be right back. Okay, we've got that glued down and trimmed out, and this, I think there's like an optical illusion going on because it looks so crooked. The writing on the page isn't even, but look at that. It's kind of like I need to like scooch it, but I can't. So we're just going to go ahead and cut our tag here. I think on this one, I think that might be a little too much. Let's go to this size and see what we think. I measured it and everything to see, you know, do I need to shave some off the top? And it's the exact same. I didn't do anything to cut the top or the bottom off. It's just throwing me. I do think that we need a little bit of something. Let's do something different here. Let me grab a different punch. I've got this like ID badge punch. Just makes a little bit longer of a hole. Then I've got this Dollar Tree kind of burlap here. Oh, I guess I started from the wrong spot. No, I don't know. Let's trim it there. And then I think I want to staple. I think I've got copper colored staples in there, so that should be okay. Maybe a little bit long. And then all we need to do is ink. I guess I should have inked before I got that on there. No big deal. And that one is done. Here is our OG piece compared to our new piece. Very similar. I do like the addition of this little stuff there. I found this basket thrifting, so I've just kind of been adding everything to my little basket as I go. We are filling up fast. Now, granted, these are from two different packets, or the same packet, two different pieces of the same style of packet. Man, that was hard to get out. But we have a few more to go still, and we're filling up. I like where this is headed. So I will go ahead and see you guys in the next one, and thank you for watching.